So my wife Kat ordered a Tesla Model 3 the day after it was announced.
The total number of orders for the Model 3 in the past 24 hours has now passed 115,000.
2 years later, a few months before we were supposed to take delivery, we decided it might be a good idea to actually test drive the car before we bought it. So tell me how excited you are.
Oh, this is going to be good. We're driving to Jersey to go try out a Tesla.
But you've already ordered a car.
Yeah, I did. In fact, I know exactly what the car is and the color and everything else because I configured it. And I put money down.
What do you expect to find when you drive the electric car for the first time?
I don't really know. I mean, I know it drives differently. It speeds up much faster than a gas car. It's different braking and things like that. I'm just trying to concentrate on driving and not get lost.
Don't get lost in New Jersey.
That's a Tesla right there.
Keeping an eye out.
The red Tesla in front of us.
I see it. Slow down and follow this Tesla. I bet you they're gonna go in there.
I'm not gonna.
Tesla.
Wow, there's a lot of cars here. Now I have to find a place to park.
We're here.
All right, we're here. We got through Jersey, got to the Tesla place. So now we're going to go in and see if they're going to give us a test drive.
Well, they will because we
That's right.
signed up.
They better because we made an appointment.
So this is your first time sitting in a Tesla?
This is the first time. Oh, the seats is nice and high. I can see the end of the car. It's been a long time since that's happened for me.
They wouldn't allow us to film the actual test drive, so we sat in our car afterwards to talk about it.
Well, that was exciting.
I thought it was good. Yeah.
I was really anxious at first when we got onto Route 17 because there was so much traffic and I really hadn't done much except to get around the parking lot. But it was an adjustment, definitely, to take your foot off the accelerator and feel that you were kind of coming to a stop really quick, kind of like a lurch.
I'm used to coasting a lot when I'm driving, and it was real hard for me to get used. But after a while, I probably could get used to it. Yeah. I mean, we only really did it for like about 2 or 3 minutes because we did autopilot for like half the thing. So
autopilot was very cool. I was nervous, when it was going to curve and stuff, and it did. It takes a while to line up in the lane first. I don't know if you had that experience, but then when it was on and it was in the spot and the road curved, it went. I kept my hands like this the whole time, right on the steering wheel, because I was anxious and I wanted to feel it move and stuff. But the ride was nice. I was concerned because a lot of people said, well, it doesn't have air suspension. It's traditional suspension. But when I was in the back seat, it was a very smooth ride. I don't think it felt bumpy.
No, not any more than Route 17 does feel bumpy.
Yeah,
in Jersey.
But even when we got to the area where it was more, higher speed, it seemed fine for that. I did have a problem with the monitor to see the speed because my hands were in the way, and I think maybe I have to position the wheel differently or put myself higher or something like put the wheel down lower. Otherwise, it was right behind my knuckles, and I was like, oh, there it is. And, probably because I'm shorter.
Yeah, you're gonna have to adjust the seat and adjust the wheel to be
get
be good for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We only had a few minutes to do all that adjustment stuff before we started. So I thought I ended up having the steering wheel a little bit too low while we were driving, but we were already going, so I went.
Yeah.
But for me, what I was trying to do, one of the things was because we ordered the car 2 years ago, and we were definitely getting it. I wanted to make sure there wasn't anything that was like this would be bad to get, you know.
Yeah.
So I sat in it, you know. I tried to see if there was anything that I would really hate, and I don't think there was. I think it seems pretty good.
I don't think there's any showstoppers for me either. I'm really impressed with it. It was a very solid car, like a solid modern car, and I felt the drive in it was great.
And then our camera died because it was baking in the heat. So we went to lunch.
That was really weird when it stopped. It just went.
Yeah, overheated, sitting in the sun.
We should have parked in a spot that was shady.
Yeah, it was too hot in the camera.
There's like 98
but now
degrees.
we're gonna have our lunch now.
Thank you. I'm hungry. We should mention that we're actually in my old car here. This old 2000 Audi A6.
Yeah.
And it has been on its last legs for 2 years now, ever since we put the money down for our reservation.
Yeah. It's still working. Like 2 months to go, maybe. It'll
Knocking on wood here. Whatever. So one of the other things we had talked about was the fact that we really didn't get a chance to drive around like local roads that much.
The test drive was very scripted, and it's like you show them this and this and this and this, but most of it was like the auto drive thing.
Yeah,
and
the autopilot stuff.
The thing about it is, we want to see if we can drive an electric car with the regenerative braking and all of that. That's what we really wanted to do. We didn't get a lot of chance to drive around the suburbs, you know, by the houses and stuff to stop and start and all that stuff.
Yeah. I got a sense of what it was like, but it would have been nice to get spend a little more time doing that.
Another 3 or 4 minutes each.
It's very different, though. You know, I have to say, as soon as I relaxed my foot, it comes.
It stops as soon as you take your foot off. It just it's like braking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember asking him. I said, "Well, this is weird because don't the brake lights only go on when you hit the brake?" But he said, "No. As soon as you release your foot from the pedal, it puts the brake lights on, and that's good because I don't panic that someone's going to hit me. But you really do have to ease off of it if you're going fast.
Yeah, I'm used to coasting a lot, you know.
Yeah.
And finding the spot where it's nice and smooth and it's coasting, and you can't do that. You got to keep pushing your foot down.
Yeah.
To keep it going.
Which is the thing why you need the autopilot, because you don't really want to leave your foot on the gas for a long time.
Yeah.
Or not the gas, the accelerator. But we could turn that off. There's a feature that you could just disable that.
You have to try driving one with it off and one with it on and see what you like better.
But then you basically two pedal driving then, because you are using the brake.
I think I want to try to get used to it because I think it'll be good because it charges your battery.
Yeah, you get more battery power back.
If someone was watching this video and then they wanted to go to a test drive, what would you tell them?
Well, I think it helped me going in to have read the manual because I knew like how to open the door and and the kind of settings.
And I watched those little short videos that you sent me, just how to open the door and how to do the thing on the side of the. That's like the basic stuff. But then I knew what menu options he was talking about, and I knew exactly how to adjust the mirrors when he did it and stuff. Yeah, because he goes through all that real fast.
He did go through it fast.
And each one has its own little idiosyncratic thing that you got to. How does this feel when you do it up and down and all this kind of stuff?
I don't know if there's anything else I would say in advance, but definitely try to push them to get more time.
Yeah, more time.
Especially if you haven't made a decision about the car.
Yeah.
For us, it was okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure there was no showstoppers.
Yeah.
And that I could drive it, and I felt good about it. But because I've been waiting for this car for 2 years, so.
I know. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
We're almost there.
Yeah, and still, I check. I'm pretty nuts about it because I check at least twice a day now on the Tesla site to see if the date changes instead of just saying September to November. Maybe it's going to say the date or call your dealer now. That was the thing we didn't talk about. In the 3,
the glass. Was one of the things we were concerned about is because there's glass on the top. Is that going to be a problem? But I don't think it's a problem at all.
Yeah, because it was basically very little light came through the glass, but yet you could see through it, and it was like you're in a glass bubble. but I didn't feel any heat. And today it's like 99
Yeah, it's like
degrees.
9 gajillion degrees.
Yeah, and I didn't feel the heat coming from the glass or from the roof at all.
One thing we did right before we left is we went and sat in an S. I said to Kat, I said, do you want to sit in an S and see what it's like? 'Cause knowing that we didn't buy that one, that's what's going through my head. So we sat in it, and I actually thought the 3 was better.
I think so too.
I think it was cooler. Yeah, the S was very traditional, but then the dashboard is really big.
Yeah.
It's what did you say it was? You said intimidating?
Yeah, it was a little intimidating. I mean, there was so many things everywhere, and
It's
God,
more
there was
traditional, but I tell you, the 3 it's very clean.
Yeah, I felt a little crowded by the dash because there was
so
so
much
much.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, in
yeah.
this one, this is a lot more obviously than the Model 3, but it's smooth and simple.
You're
Whereas
talking about the Audi
yeah,
we're
on the
sitting
Audi
in?
that we're
Yeah.
in right now, it's like a smooth path
Yeah.
over here. In the S, things are sticking out up and poking forward,
big.
and yeah,
And
yeah.
even I can't see over the hood.
yeah,
in the S.
I couldn't. I felt too
Yeah.
low. I had to keep raising the seat up, and I still couldn't see over the front. Yeah,
But I think we made the right choice getting the 3.
definitely. It's like I said,
Yeah.
had to be patient while we wait. But
Yeah.
but we're closer. This is the first time that what is it? Today's like the 27th of August, and
Yeah. End of
September
August.
starts. in a few
September,
days.
November is when you're supposed to get it, right?
Right,
It's
between-
somewhere in
Somewhere
there.
in there.
We'll see. We'll see. So that was our discussion about the test drive. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time when we pick up the car. I had the thing about it is, yeah, it's hot in here. This will be short, but maybe we should open the windows or something. Yeah, let's open the windows. The noise might not be too bad. Let's try opening the windows. Okay. A little louder, but it's a lot cooler.
Okay.